Köszönöm, Attila. Jó estét! This is the extent of my Hungarian, so I'll switch to English now. I realize you've been sitting here for a while, so can I ask you all to stand up just for a moment and stretch your legs and jump a little bit, and you can stretch your hands like this. Okay, better. All right, I won't keep you here for long because I know that there's an exciting networking part as well. So thanks a lot, Attila, for inviting me here. Thanks to Design Terminal for having me in Budapest, and thanks a lot. I'm very excited to be here and present you a program that is a connection to one of the global accelerators. Let me start with a question that I think all of us are asking ourselves because it forms the basis for what we do. Why startups fail, right? And if you look at the, what science has to do, what research has to tell us about it, and according to CB Insights, approximately 3/4 of the reasons for startup failures have something to do with the inability of startups to manage their growth. They're either lose their cue, they grow too slowly, or actually they accelerate sometimes too fast. They think they know what to do, but in the end they find out, well, actually there isn't a market need for my product, right? Or I don't have the right people on board to succeed in international markets, or I don't have enough financing, I ran out of cash. So this is, of course, something that we all want to do something about. And traveling around Central and Eastern Europe, I see that there seems to be quite a lot already on offer for startups at early stage. I mean, even today, I listened carefully with my limited Hungarian to the presentations, and thanks for the translation. So you see a lot of incubators coming up and a growing number of accelerator programs, mostly focused on early stage startups. And this is great, this is fine, this is really needed. But if you're already an established startup and your product is validated in the market, you're generating some revenues, it's yet another challenge to go global. Whatever took you to where you are today may not be enough for you to go to other markets. And I know what I'm talking about. I'm an entrepreneur by myself. I've also, when I worked at PwC, I helped large enterprises move from domestic markets to international markets. And believe me, it's difficult even for these multi-million-dollar companies. So, we asked ourselves, what can we do about it? And we came up with this idea of linking up to one of the top global accelerators, and it's called Mass Challenge. It was formed in Boston 7 years ago. There's different rankings of global accelerators, and some get measured by the amount of funding that their startups get. Some are measured by, in some rankings, they are measured by the number of startups that have gone through them. But whatever ranking you look at, you will always see Mass Challenge somewhere near the top. And I think a global accelerator is an excellent way for a startup from CEE to expand. It can be a great platform to go international. So why Mass Challenge? We have looked at different accelerators, mainly based in the US. We think Mass Challenge has a very attractive model. It's a non-equity accelerator. So you don't, if you don't want to get diluted at this stage, or you have already an investor, a seed investor who came in, you don't want to attract another one at this point. Mass Challenge is a safe option for you. It also has a great track record. So over $2 billion were raised by Mass Challenge alumni. What are the reasons? I mean, why would you be interested in joining an accelerator like Mass Challenge? I think there's several reasons. One of them is, of course, a great network of experts. If you want to really scale up, you probably are concerned about the different regulatory regimes in the different markets. If you're a fintech startup, set up here in Hungary, you may not know very well the fintech regulations in Singapore, London, or New York, right? So, but if you have access to an accelerator like this, you have people there in these markets on the ground that can help you explore these local realities. A great strength of a good accelerator is of course corporate partners. And Mass Challenge, what we like about the Mass Challenge program is that it has a great network of big corporates. Some names you see here. We already have recruited some exciting partners for our Warsaw operation. One of them is Visa, which I don't have to introduce to you. Another one is called PKO BP. You may not know the brand because it's not really present in Hungary, but it's the largest bank in Central and Eastern Europe. And there's new exciting partners that we're going to announce next week. So that's the second reason. We believe very strongly, and we've been running accelerator programs for the last 2 years in Poland. We believe very strongly in connecting startups with corporate partners. And I'll show you actually in a moment just 2 cases where there's clear success coming out of these relationships built during the acceleration program. So what exactly are we going to do now? We are not setting up the proper accelerator just now. This is coming in a year and a half from now. In 2019, we hope to have a proper Mass Challenge accelerator located in Warsaw, recruiting 60 to 80 startups per year from CEE for a 3-month-long acceleration program. So this is going to be a big operation. What we are doing now is running a pilot project we call it Bridge to Mass Challenge. It actually consists of 2 boot camps. So the first one will be in Warsaw in mid-January. It's a 4-day boot camp. I'll explain a little bit more about the structure of this boot camp in a moment. And we are recruiting up to 25 startups for this. And from this group of 25 startups, in Warsaw we will select top 10 who will be taken to another boot camp in Boston at Mass Challenge in the end of February. So this is the timeline of what we are doing now. The recruitment is open until November 6th. So what are the benefits? Well, we are structuring the program to address the needs of scale-ups. Not startups at very early stage, but those startups who are already have market traction in their domestic markets and are contemplating where to go now, what markets to try and attack. So there are principally 2 major themes in these 4 days of bootcamp. One is, how do I optimize my operations for working in an international environment, to work in multiple markets? How do I modify my supply chain? How do I develop the right distribution channels? What do I do with my sales? Another theme is, okay, I have my seed funding already, but how do I go further? How do I work with an investor that is not sitting next door in my home market? How do I get further financing? So these are the 2 main themes, and we are really inviting excellent experts from the Mass Challenge network. One of them here, Jessica, is one of the founders of Launchpad Venture Group. It's the 2nd largest VC fund in the northeast of the United States. A very active investor for both seed funding, but also A-round funding. This will be a very intense experience. We are also bringing in startups who have already scaled up, who are already successfully present in multiple markets to share their stories. So this will also be an interesting element of the program. And the third, I would say, thing that is really crucial is we will also expose you to our corporate partners. So especially if you're a fintech startup, this should be exciting, because we know that Visa and PKOBP are in this acceleration program for real, not for PR. They are really looking for technologies that can be integrated with their current business models. So, to prove the point, here are two stories from the last year. Zencard is a Polish startup in e-commerce that was recently acquired by PKOBP. And IC Solutions is a startup from one of our accelerator programs, which is they have developed this digital pen to help digitize documents signed manually by banks' clients. And this technology is already being rolled out in the bank. They just got to know each other early this year, so this is really a fast implementation. So this really can be done, and I think it's one of the good reasons to apply to the acceleration program. So who are we looking for? Who can participate in this program? We're looking for startups from all sectors. We don't discriminate against any particular sector. Fintech is obviously one of our fintech, insurtech, I'd say, because PKO also owns an insurance group. This is one of the focal points, but if you have a startup in any other sector, please come to us, and we'll be happy to speak with you. The crucial point is that we're looking for startups who already have a validated product, who already have market traction, and preferably they should already have revenues. So these are the sort of later stage startups that we're looking for. And last point, this is the date, the date to apply is the November 6th. And if you have any questions about the program, feel free to ask them now, or I'll be sticking around here until the morning.